everybody, welcome to the show. Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Amanda. I am a teacher-turned-homeschool mom. This is Raising A to Z. It is a YouTube channel all about homeschooling. It is that time of year. It is Christmas season. I'm sure your kids are just like mine and they are already making their Christmas wish lists. They have been making their lists for the last several weeks and they have pretty much decided, they have finalized what they want to ask Santa for. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I have picked up for my kids this year and things that are going to be both educational and help us with our homeschooling, but things that are also going to be a lot of fun for them as well. So stick around because you might get some really great ideas for your kids. But before we do that, why don't you guys take a second to subscribe and click the bell to get notifications about other awesome videos like this, because we put out some pretty cool stuff every Monday and you don't want to miss it. Last week I did a really cool video all about things that I as a homeschool mom wanted, things that I wanted to include on my wish list this year. So if you're looking for ideas for yourself, definitely want to check that out. I'll put the link over here. But today we're talking about the kids because Christmas is all about the kids, right? We have a rule in our home, not so much a rule, but more of a tradition, that we tend to go very, very practical when it comes to stockings, especially because, and Christmas in general, we try to limit the amount of fun toys or fun things and try to keep the majority of what we bring into our home as gifts for our kids pretty practical. And this serves two purposes. One, it limits the amount of stuff in our house. So all the stuff that we're bringing in is stuff that we're going to be using on a regular basis with them. It's not just toys for toys' sake. It's being brought in for very practical reasons. The other thing it does is it helps stretch our budget. So instead of having, when we have our Christmas budget, we tend to spend our Christmas budget on things that would be more of the fun stuff. But then we also can stretch our Christmas budget by including practical things that we would be buying anyway. So I often include some of our clothing budget in our Christmas budget because I'm buying the kids some clothes. I include some of our homeschooling budget because I'm picking up things that we're going to be using in our homeschooling throughout the year, but I'm giving it to them as Christmas gifts. So I can kind of stretch my own budget by adding in funds from other areas. It helps stretch our budget and it helps the kids get things that they need, not just things that they want. So when we make our lists, I do tell them they can ask for 3 things. I know some people really like to do something you want, something you need, something to wear, and something to read. That's how it goes, right? The ask for 4 things. My kids are still pretty young, so they don't really know what they want to wear and they don't really know what they want to read. They just when they see it, they pick it up, they like it. So it's kind of hard still for my kids. The other thing I find hard with that kind of 4 things, and I'm sure a lot of homeschool parents actually find this as well, because my kids, the people that they're with are people that we're very conscious of who they're with. They don't tend to get as many peer pressure things. So they don't necessarily, especially at this age, they don't necessarily have the peer pressure of getting certain toys because that's what's cool this year. You know what I mean? It's a weird concept. So yeah, I find that they have a hard time filling in those other things because they're not really into what brand names are, because it's not a popularity thing amongst the people that they hang out with. You know what I mean? So they're not into what's the coolest book out right now or what's the best toy or the coolest brands. That's not something that they worry about because they hang out with kids who have very similar values to ours, and that's not something that they discuss. That's not a thing. Whereas if they're in the public school, that would be a much bigger deal, right? I find that sometimes that for asking for 4 things is a little bit difficult. So basically, I make it really simple for them. I say they can ask Santa for 3 things. And so they ask Santa for 3 things, and then we kind of supplement with whatever else we think they need or things that they are going to use quite a lot because they might not have thought about it. But before we get into gifts, I'm going to talk about stocking stuffers. Like I said, we go super practical with our stocking stuffers, and I think it's a really good thing. So here are things that we include pretty much every single year. We include toothbrush and toothpaste. Super easy. And I'm always amazed at how surprised my kids are when they see the tube wrapped up. It is amazing that they're we don't know what it is. And then they open it oh, it's toothpaste. It was imagine that. But yeah, toothpaste and toothbrush every single year. We also do shampoo and conditioner, body wash, stuff like that, depending on what we need. That will end up in their stocking. I try to do something fun that is bath related, either a bath bomb or a bubble bar or bubble bath, something like that. That often ends up in their stockings. My kids nail polish and they like lip balms, so I will get them one of those. I include snacks, and it's often like their favorite snack, things that they really, really love. And so I will include favorite snacks in their stockings as well. And I have little girls with long hair. I include a lot of hair things as well. So elastics, combs, brushes, sometimes in hair accessories. So like little barrettes or headbands. I got a couple of those on sale this year. So that'll be in their stocking. A great one is Band-Aids. The character Band-Aids that they all love. Great time. Pick them up, put them in their stocking, boom, they each have their own little like stash of Band-Aids for when they need it. But because we all know kids love Band-Aids. Great time to stock your medicine shelves with Band-Aids. And everyone I've ever suggested that to is like, that is fantastic. And their kids talk about how Santa brought them cool Band-Aids. Super easy, super practical. Every kid loves them. Also, I like to include sometimes some gift cards or like gift certificates. So things you might want to include gift cards for that are kind of fun in the stockings for kids, even little kids. If you have an indoor playground that you can go to, those are great options. Movie theaters, another great option if you can get gift certificates for those. Or you can include things like coffee shops. So I often get the kids like a $5 Starbucks card because sometimes we'll go there and do school at the coffee shop. So they have their own little card and they can buy their own special drink. And then we just sit down and do coffee and do our workbooks together. So that's always a fun kind of thing. Another great one to get a gifts card for, the dollar store. Give your kids $10 to the dollar store. It is like the greatest gift I've ever done. It is one of my favorite birthday gifts as well for like friends, because $10 at the dollar store goes so far and kids can really pick out whatever they want, and it's a really, really like a great way for them to get what they want. My kids have gotten them as gifts. I've never seen Zoe so excited as the time that she got to pick out whatever she wanted at the dollar store, and she got her stuffy, she got her book, and she got 2 Rolos. And she was like, I have money and I'm gonna buy 2. So definitely, if you're looking for a quick gift idea or stocking stuffer, $10 to the dollar store, fantastic. That's what I like to include in our stockings. And then when we get into kind of the gifts, the things that are gonna be under the tree, I, again, still stay pretty practical. But we like to include some fun stuff in there. So we definitely do a lot of clothing for our kids. Dresses, cardigans, pants, socks and underwear is a big one for us. Definitely we do a lot of that because it's a great way to stretch your budget, right? But talk about other cool things that you can get under the Christmas tree. School supplies. These are things that I pick up in the back to school time. So back in September, I picked up these things while they were on sale because I know my kids are going to run out because they're pretty hard on all of their school supplies because they just, especially writing stuff, like Crayola markers, they are already complaining that some of their markers are running out of ink because they write with markers pretty much every single day. And like really in September, these are like $1.97. For a pack of markers. Outside of September back to school time, you're running like $5. So if you can, definitely a great thing to pick them up early. If you can't, check out your local dollar store. But yeah, pick up things that your kids are gonna need. Like I said, I got some markers. This is watercolor paper. This I picked up on my local dollar store. And sticky notes. Sticky notes, it doesn't matter what age the kids are, sticky notes is a great gift. My kids like to leave little notes. They write little notes and leave around the house. Even though Zoe is just learning to write her name, she still loves being able to like draw a picture or something and stick it on a note. Alexi likes to leave notes, and now she writes like full sentences and writes little stories with sticky notes. It's fantastic. And I love sticky notes because I can write them little notes, or I make notes for myself, sticky notes all the time. So sticky notes, great gift. We tend to get board games at Christmas. So I think board games tend to be expensive, especially the really good ones. But it's a great time to stock up at Christmas on some board games. So I picked up 2, one for each kid. First one I got is Pickles to Penguins. So this is a great game that I've had on my wish list for a very long time, and I happened to find it on sale the other day. Basically, it is about making connections. So it is not a game that you need to have a lot of skill at. It's always about thinking. So for example, you're trying to figure out how to make connections. So here you have a pickle. Pickles goes in jars. Jars has strawberry jam. You might put strawberry jam. So you would have a card that has strawberry. You're making a connection. Then you have cupcakes. These are strawberry cupcakes. Then this cupcake is pink, or you have birthday party. You'd have cupcakes. Then like you're always making connections. And that's how you like put the cards down in your hand. So it's a card game, but it's like all about critical thinking, making connections, and strategy. So a very simple game, but a lot of fun. So it does say ages 8 and up, but I've seen kids as young as 5 play this game very, very easily. So yeah, this is one game that we picked up. And the other game I picked up, I'm very excited about, is Blockus. This I played. I actually, for some reason, was like certain that I had this board game, and we do not have it. I have searched everywhere for this board game, and Stefan also pointed out he's like never seen it before. So clearly, I just imagined that. But this is a great board game. It is all about spatial awareness, and it is about it's kind of like Tetris. You can see on the back. It's kind of like Tetris where you're trying to put all the pieces into the board, and you're trying to get rid of all your pieces as much as you can, but you can only touch corner to corner of your own color. It's a very fun game. It is not very hard, but it is a lot of fun. So this is a great game. I definitely recommend it. It is for ages 7 and up, but like I said, I've seen 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds play some version of it. I was thinking just any game to fit different age levels. But this is a great game. So I got some board games. Oops. Got some great board games for my kids this year. Another thing that you can definitely invest in is like dress up or something for imaginative play. So in the past, we've done things for our kitchen set downstairs. So toy food, toy pots and pans. I've done tea sets. We can do different costume pieces or stuff like that. So this year, my kids have both specifically asked for a costume. That was actually very specific on both of their lists. Alexi wanted a new princess dress, specifically Rapunzel. Partially because she's starting to outgrow a lot of the princess dresses that we have. They were all given to us by a family friend. And so they're pretty much like size 4 or 5, and she's like in size 6, 7 now. And so they're getting kind of small. And so she's having a hard time. She only really has one outfit in our costume closet that really fits her, that is an actual like full on costume. So she asked for a new princess dress. And so I was able to find one after Halloween for not too expensive, which is what I picked up. And then Zoe asked for a bunny costume. And it worked out great because Walmart, if anyone's looking, Walmart was selling pajamas, and there was different animal pajamas, and I was able to find one that was a bunny costume. And so I picked up the bunny for her, and that is what she's going to be getting. She's going to be getting the little rabbit costume because that's what she asked for. Definitely some costumes are great ideas. It doesn't have to be a full costume either. It can be some hats, it can be some accessories. Anything that's going to promote imaginative play is always a great idea, especially for homeschoolers, because imaginative play is really good for creativity. It's great for story writing. It's great for them acting things out, drama, and all of those things. So I am always a big fan of creative dress up, and so we're gonna add a couple costumes. Another thing that we are adding that I give every year to my kids, some great books. I give a lot of books, probably more than I really need to. I think I've got 4 books each this year. And it's all different things depending on what the kids are interested in. I try to get a couple French books. I try to get some books on topics that they both like, specifically for each child. And so we get a couple books. This is one of our favorite series. It is the Little People Big Dream series. We have a lot of these books because they're just fantastic. I like these because they tend to be great social studies books because they're all biographies. And like I said, I like to pick these up. We have a whole bunch of these. I think there are like 20 or something like that. I tend to focus on the books that have women as the biography of women. They have recently started introducing more really amazing men. And it's people who we don't necessarily find a lot of biographies on, especially for children. So they have things like Prince, Elton John, different athletes that are not necessarily as well known. Musicians, scientists, they're fantastic. You can find these online. They're definitely on Amazon. I'll put links below. But my favorite place to find these is I actually find them at Winners, HomeSense, Marshalls. I find them there really, really inexpensive. For example, these books on the back, it says they retail for like $17, $18 Canadian. This one I found on clearance at, I think it was Winners. It was $10. This one was regular price at Winners. It was $7.99. So I am always, whenever I go to Winners, I check their book section. Also, just in general, Winners, fantastic place to find books. Another great place to find really, really great books is your local Dollarama. Some Dollaramas, I will tell you, are better than others for books. I have one that I love for books. It seems to be my favorite. They tend to have the best selection. It is also not the place where I find the best crafts. So I find you have to kind of look around, but dollar stores do have often a lot of really good overstock of books that were popular like a year or two ago. So definitely check it out if you're looking for some great books. Another thing I like to get to my kids when we are shopping for them for Christmas is I like to look ahead at our unit studies and see what we're going to be doing. And if there's anything that I should pick up that would make those unit studies more fun, make them a little more interesting, or that would make it a lot easier to teach. So one of the things that I picked up this year is we're going to be doing unit study on oceans. And I picked up this little pack of animals. So I don't know if you can see that. It's all different ocean animals. It was like less than $20 on Amazon. I'll put the link below. But this is perfect because when it comes time, we can do all kinds of activities. We can do sorting, we can talk about different layers of the ocean, we can do sensory bin stuff with this. And Zoe absolutely adores small plastic figurines and characters and animals. So this is going to be specifically, it's going to be given to her, but it's going to help us in general when it comes to our unit studies. So if you're looking for something and you're like, oh, I don't know what to get, check out what you're thinking about doing for unit studies or topics you're going to cover in the next couple months and see if there's anything that you could pick up that would be helpful in that sense. I know last year, I think we got the kids some bug nets. Was it last year or year before? They definitely got some stuff for like bug hunting. They've gotten sleeping bags so we can take them camping, like things that we knew we were going to need in the future for our different unit studies and our activities. We definitely include them for Christmas because it makes a great gift, but it's also super practical. Another thing that we have purchased for our kids this year that has not arrived just yet, it's literally due any day. I ordered the kids a magazine subscription. So there are tons of subscriptions out there for magazines. We went with the Chirp subscription because it kind of hits both age ranges for our kids and it was super affordable. It was only $30 for the year. But there's a lot of different subscriptions out there. So I know some people love to do like the Kiwi crates or different subscription boxes. Now's a great time to look for those and pick them up. A lot of them have like a promo right now. Whether it is buy 2 months, get the third for free, or just really great Christmas discounts. So if you're looking for a subscription, definitely consider something like that. Kids love getting mail. It is often has ideas and activities that you can do with your kids that are educational, and then you don't have to come up with them. You just follow those instructions because they have everything they need. So definitely if you have room in your budget, a subscription can really be a really helpful homeschooling tool, and it's also super fun for the kids as well. And then lastly, I love to include something that is kind of sciencey, building related. If you know my kids, you know that Alexi is my little engineer, as I like to call her. She loves to build. So she loves Connect, she loves Lego, which we have a lot of this year. We've definitely spent the last couple of years building those up. But this year she specifically asked for some more magnetite. We got a small pack last year, like a really small pack. And she loves it. Actually, Zoe really likes it too. She's kind of really recently hit onto it. Alexi said she's got it. She's got some, but it's just not enough to build what she wants. And so I definitely picked up a pack of magnetiles. These are just Picasso tiles, which I thought were cool because they're different than the other tiles that we have. I've seen that these are solid tiles. The ones that we have are just like the frame, the outside frame, but they're all compatible, which I think is which is what I always look for in toys, is that they work together with other toys. So this is one of Alexi's big gifts. This is what she asked for Santa. And I think she's gonna be very, very excited about it because it has lots of different shapes and different colors, things that we don't have in our other kit. So this, I think, will definitely give her everything she needs. And definitely look around because I found this on sale on Amazon. It was 55% off the other day. So sometimes definitely worth it to look around and see different brands and stuff, because like I said, right now especially, they're going to go on sale for really good prices very, very soon. So that is what my kids are getting for Christmas. We might get them a few little knickknacks or little things here and there. But for the most part, that's what they asked for, and that's what we're going to get them. I hope these gave you some ideas for your kids, or even at least different categories of things to think about when you're looking for Christmas gifts, because sometimes it's just like, where do you even start, right? So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys like this video. If you like other videos like this, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell. You can follow us along on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, where we're talking about all different kinds of things about homeschooling. And you'll definitely want to make sure that you're subscribed, because next week we're going to talk about what our Christmas December plans are, which might surprise some people.